You guys, we're good. Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. Right, we are up here. We need to be down here. Oh, we're just finishing. Well, I'm watching with a dodgy stream, so my stream is like on 121 minutes. Is we're just finishing off the match on my one. This probably is finished in the actual real time, probably. So just give me 30 seconds. The last 30 seconds, they're taking a throw in. Mudo Vasquez. Franco El Mudo Vasquez taking the throw in. 2-1 Inter at the moment. Just need to hold on. And that is exactly my prediction. If you guys remember yesterday in my preview, I predicted we go to extra time. I could just tell, when we heavily rotate the team, they just don't take it serious. Parma playing like, it's the most important match of their life. Gigi Buffon, actually, there it is. Inter are through to the next round of the Coppa Italia. Honestly speaking, you can see Steven Zang there and Zanetti sneaking away. Acerbi coming to the rescue. Big Leone Francesco Acerbi, the Lion, as his nickname is. I think was it Immobile that calls him the Lion. Inzaghi going around hugging all the players, but they don't deserve hugs. None of the players today deserve hugs apart from Acerbi. And maybe Toro for the goal, obviously, and Aslani, who is my man of the match. How are you guys doing? If you're watching the Inter Worldwide, I know Anthony was doing like a little live watch along extra time. If you're coming over from there, appreciate you guys. But yeah, what did you guys make of it? It was definitely not a good watch, as Matthias says. This was not fun at all. Why are we doing this, guys? Why are we watching this Inter versus Parma game on a Tuesday night? Why are we doing this to ourselves? And we weren't particularly rewarded either. And yeah, I even tweeted out, let me find my tweet. I literally, you know how it is, the jinx, Uncle Sharma jinx, it worked. Let me find it. I literally tweeted saying, well, technically it was a question. I did phrase it as a question. But yeah, I tweeted out saying, we need a goal. And this guy, Limone Inzaghi, brings on Darmian and Acerbi. And then obviously Acerbi ends up being the winner. So what do I know? But I did phrase it as a question there. And yeah, Mattia also guessed like me, 2-1 victory after extra time. And finally, El Toro, El Toro. When I saw Buffon starting, I thought we can't lose. This will be too crazy for Inter, but apparently we can. Yeah, Buffon. Funnily enough, as much as we give him credit for a couple of saves to make at some points, but he was not tested. We didn't have a shot on target until the 87th minute when Lautaro scored, and even then it was a deflected shot. I don't know where that was ending up potentially, but we had 70+% possession today, and it was completely and utterly useless. We looked like the Serie B team. Parma looked like the Serie A team. We looked like the Serie B team. In terms of, Onana was much busier than Buffon today. And would you have guessed that before the game, that Onana was going to be much, much busier? Yeah, everyone is struggling. But to be fair, at this stage of the Coppa Italia, we are always like this. If you guys remember, even on the Conte, we had to bring on Lukaku. I think we were away against Fiorentina. We brought on Lukaku to save our ass. Last year, same thing, Empoli. We had to go to extra time. It seems to be just that thing when you go these early stages of the Coppa Italia. And yeah, as Nazario says, bro, like this, we won it in the worst way possible. I would have rather have lost it because the way that we won it, because now Dzeko had to come on. He had to play 40-50 minutes. Darmian came on, had to play. Di Marco came on, had to play. Mkhitaryan started. Inzaghi still started. You could see that the guy has like nothing left inside of him already. Acerbi came on, obviously. Lautaro played the full 120 minutes. So like all the things that we didn't want to be going into the Verona game with fatigue. And it was not just the Verona game and the Super Cup game against Milan straight after the Empoli. Like, it's a busy ass month. We don't need this. So we won it in the worst possible way. But yeah, this is also on Inzaghi, man. This is also on Inzaghi. he rotated as we wanted it, but I think he could have played even more rotation in terms of substitutions. He could have brought on more Gagliardini. I mean, like, yeah. Yeah, I agree. He scored today, but I did not like Lautaro's performance. But as always, I can never fault him in terms of running, effort. Never ever can doubt Lautaro on that. But some of the touches he was taking today, if Lukaku was taking some of those touches, we would have been on his back. But of course, Lautaro always makes up with effort and running. I'm not going to be on for long, guys. I apologize for if I can't get to your comments. I don't want to be. Obviously, I was planning on being on half an hour ago, but these guys had to drag it along to extra time, didn't they? Yeah, no Acerbi hate for the rest of this month. I mean, I think his Napoli performance already proved that. I think he already earned enough credit just in that Napoli performance and his whole stay at Inter for now. But now, first goal, by the way, this is Acerbi's first goal for Inter. Should have been last week. If we're really and truly, it should have been last week if it wasn't stolen. But yeah, nice first decisive goal for Inter. And yeah, Pazza Inter is not for the faint of heart for sure. These guys are going to give you a heart attack guaranteed. And yes, Kevin, let's get into it. Aslani, I don't want to hear it. Aslani was man of the match. He is the main reason I tuned into this game. And for me, he was man of the match. Involved. He must have had, I haven't even looked at the stats, but I bet he's had the outside, maybe out defenders. He must have had the most touches, most completed passes. Both of those goals came via something he did in terms of something that he created. So I don't know what you guys think, but you're not going to change my mind on it today. To me, it's not that he was outstanding. By the way, I'm not saying that Aslani was outstanding or anything. No one was outstanding today. From the dross that was out there today, from the absolute shit show that was out there today, as you guys are saying, to me it was Aslani quite easily. Yeah, 100%. Koulibaly, yeah, Dumfries today again. Dumfries, where is he? He's in the chat here. There he is. Yeah, very thrilling win, Dunzo, but not a very thrilling performance from yourself. I hope Inzaghi's having a go at you right now in the dressing room. And yeah, Gagliardini today, just like, we talked about him, in the pre-match, Kamate, the young centre mid coming up in the Primavera. Like, what does it hurt? Like, Gagliardini himself was making mistakes that almost cost us goals. Why can you let the youngster come on and even if he doesn't make that mistake, he can make that mistake. Oh yeah, I mean, Filippo, I think every single team in Serie A and probably Serie B has more dribblers objectively than Inter. Like, that's not even like a debate. Dennis Mann is the better dribbler than any of our players. The one guy who had to come off for them, the remaining guy, Mihaila, he was a better dribbler. That Camara guy that came on, he was a better dribbler. And yeah, shouts out to people in Indonesia, India, all the other side of the world, Australia. If you guys watching, staying up to watch this absolute dross, absolute below average ass performance. Shouts out to you guys. But even normal time people like me and Daniel here in Europe, it still wasn't particularly worth staying up. And yeah, I'm glad my boy Nazario agrees, man. I'm glad my boy Nazario agrees. Correa veloce come mia nonna. So he's saying Correa is the same speed as his grandma. Probably true. Another nothing performance from Correa. Another nothing performance from Correa, and another nothing performance from Gosens. Di Marcos spot, guys. There's a few things we found out today. One thing is for sure. We already knew Correa's time at this club is done. As Gagliardini's time at this club is done. But Di Marco's spot is not up for grabs. Gosens is not grabbing that spot anytime soon unless Di Marco gets injured. God forbid he doesn't. That spot is nice and safe with him. Dumfries is starting to be worrying. His value is going to decrease if he continues like this. We're not going to be able to get even the 40-50 million that we want to get from Premier League teams. If Darmian's taken the spot over from him, and if even when he plays like this. Bellanova gave me some signs of encouragement today, at least. He wasn't great either, but he showed more enterprise, more energy, more hunger than Dumfries did for sure, 100%. And Sharif, yeah, Aslani, as I said, I think yeah, Inter's not going to build on him. I don't think he's shown, as I'm saying, he wasn't like outstanding today. He hasn't shown that Inter need to build on him or anything. But if, as you know, Hakan is injured at the moment, if he doesn't recover in time for Hellas Verona, I think he's showing signs of improvement. And today he grabbed the team, the middle. He had Gagliardini and a finished Mkhitaryan physically today next to him, and he grabbed the midfield at least and showed personality. So those are the few takeaways from today for sure. For the centre backs, there's not much to discuss. We had like 70% possession. The one time these guys came forward, they shot from outside of the box and scored a mad goal. You know what it is when these teams come to the San Siro. Look at that. Onana, no chance. 100%. No way that anyone can blame Onana on that one. And they almost scored again afterwards from another mad volley. And Onana was reactive and ready on that one. But how many times have we seen this, guys? Random ass teams come to the San Siro, play the match of their life, and yeah, they almost did a great achievement for their club. Would have been their achievement of the year, really, apart from if they get promoted back to Serie A, which I hope they do. Parma are always a nice team to see in Serie A historically as well. And yeah, as we expected, Mehdi, no surprise. Carboni, Kamate, no minutes for them too. Stankovic, Curatolo, any of the guys on the bench or the young guys on the bench got no time. And we knew that Bellanova wasn't going to start either, because we were surprised when we saw Bellanova in the predicted lineups. It was like, surely Dumfries hasn't started for the last 2 games. He's going to start, and he did. 8 people in there. Thank you, Nazari, for reminding the peoples. Of course, make sure you guys follow him on Twitter if you don't know about what's his name? Stop Packing Me, I think is his name on Twitter now. No, Denzel, your spot is not safe. I'll be honest with you, brother. It's definitely not safe. Yeah, I mean, Shakira, I wouldn't take into account today's match. As I said, the Coppa Italia matches at this stage are always really flat, and they're always like this. I wouldn't look too much into this game. Heavily rotated as well. The most important thing is just getting those important players back. I don't know, we'd be worried if Barella and Hakan are not back for that match. Then I'd be worried. But I wouldn't look into this heavily rotated early round Coppa Italia. It's always like this. Even on the Conte, as I said, the Fiorentina game, like it's always really flat for some reason. Which is disappointing, because you hope that like these guys that don't get much of a chance to play actually, come through and show a little bit more of hunger and like wanting that spot, which I'm glad Bellanova did, because I was not happy with Bellanova in the preseason, or this mid preseason, where against Betis, against Regina, whatever the teams we played, I was not really impressed with him. But today he came on again, not really showing too much either, like Aslani, but just showing, just a bit more than other players today on the pitch. And yeah, a couple of times his recovery runs, just his sheer speed, nothing, to do with his ability or reading of the game, just his sheer speed and willingness to cover some of those counterattacks. He deserves credit for that. So shouts out to Bellanova for the impact and hunger that he brought on. Yeah, I don't blame you, I think Inter just make you old. Even if you're not old, you just feel like you're getting older. And yeah, again, our defense not keeping another clean sheet. Not, as Silvio said, is it possible for us to not keep a clean sheet? Yeah, exactly. Aslani was always really progressive, always demanding the ball. Like even when I was noticing even in the 97th, 98th minute, he was like demanding the ball, and when he wasn't getting it, he was disappointed. Like he's got those Brozovic traits of just moving all over the place, always asking, always making himself available, always making the right angle. Sometimes he gets it wrong as well, of course. But I really like what I saw from Aslani today. And yeah, thank you, Palm, for reminding people. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm only going to be on for a few more minutes today, guys. Droppage says he liked the game. Wow. I think you're going to be one of the only ones, Droppage, saying that. I didn't feel like it was particularly that entertaining, but I'll watch Inter even if they play against the wall, to be honest. These at the moment, from what was announced, Barella and Hakan are not at risk for the Milan Super Cup game. But again, they said the injuries are not serious. But again, hopefully they're back fit as well. It's about being fit. Thank you, Inter Worldwide. I'm guessing this is Anthony. Make sure you guys check out his live stream watch along that he did, a quick reaction as well. So make sure you guys check out Inter Worldwide. As always, you guys know the drill. Talking points. I took screenshots, guys. I'm a sado. I shouldn't really taking screenshots of a dead rubber match like today, but I like to do it. I like to bring some visuals to the game. This was actually probably the only chance of the first half. Gagliardini should have got it on target, should have scored really. Gosens, this came from a ball in behind, I think was from Bastoni or Aslani. Gosens controls it, easy pass into the middle. Gagliardini completely unmarked, and he puts it wide. As I said, should have been on target. Gagliardini should have been stat padding a nice goal. And here I included this one, even though I think Mkhitaryan was offside anyway. But Correa just showing what we're talking about. Like, he's just not adding anything to this team. You have no faith in him in these positions to score. Not a particularly hard shot to make. And he gets it wide, but he was offside anyway. It wouldn't have counted, but I wanted to include it anyway to show Correa. Yeah, we've seen the Parma goal and the other chance. And then Mkhitaryan in the second half, that was like we didn't really create anything in the second half either. This was our best chance, but Mkhitaryan completely messed it up. I think this was one of Dumfries' few positive moments. I think he powered his way through and did that cut back to Mkhitaryan, but that was an awful shot. As I said, Inzaghi should have seen that Mkhitaryan isn't ready physically to play. And this is Lautaro's goal. Got that massive deflection of the guy's face. Poor Buffon, the first shot on target, and it went past him. But yeah, Lautaro lost lots of. I'm glad people are saying it, because I said on Twitter that I criticized some of his touches on Twitter, and people were already his defenders came at me saying, he scored, at least doesn't matter. But as I always say, when it's Gagliardini, I expect these types of performances. Correa, now we know, I used to expect things from him, but now I expect nothing from him either. But from Lautaro, I always expect more. Our best players, I expect more from our best players. And yeah, some of those touches he was taking out there, not good enough, but he got his goal. So fair play. 2 goals in 2 games in 2023, Lautaro. So he's off and running quite nicely in 2023, to be honest. But yeah, obviously lucky goal. And yeah, I was very, very disappointed with Carboni not getting any minutes, or Kamate, as I said, Inzaghi. These are the types of games that we keep saying, these are the types of games that, you're not going to lose anything by playing them, because what are you losing by playing them? These are the types of games, dead rubber games, that you need to be playing them. And it just shows the mentality of Inzaghi, to be honest. It just shows the mentality that he's not even willing to give these guys debuts in moments like these. But yeah, I'm glad SofaScore agrees with most of us. Aslani, man of the match. And yeah, everyone else, I would say no one deserves really much more. How did Gagliardini get 7.2? What the hell? I guess he won a lot of duels and ground duels, but he lost possession 17 times. And some of them were very, very dangerous positions that he lost the ball in. Yeah, what the hell? Go away. Oh yeah, there you go. Dumfries only attempted 1 cross, 3 dribbles attempts, none successful. Yeah, need more. Gosens, yeah, lackluster as well. Correa, what did he do? 130 minutes, 2 dribbles attempted, 0 completed. Yeah, just another. Oh, look at that. 2 ground duels, 1 out of 10. That's just not good enough. Although I think his rating compared to everyone else is kind of harsh. I don't think he was that bad compared to everyone else. But as I said, I think everyone is around a 6 today. No one really stood out that much. And the substitutes, Acerbi, nice 7.8. Belanova, as I said, he didn't really do much either, so it's not like he did, but I think he deserves a bit more than 6.6. Jacko came on, but yeah, apart from a couple of headers, there wasn't much from him either. So yeah, even our best players today, like, we can criticize the Gagliardinis and the Correas of this world, but even our best players today really didn't particularly step up either. Yeah, and I didn't manage to get a picture of the Acerbi goal, but that was a very nice header, and Buffon showed his age on that goal, because he was like, took him like 20 minutes to get up after he made the initial save from Di Marco's cross. And oh yeah, closing remark, another banner from our fans for Skriniar, and the similar vibe to the one we saw against Monza. Skriniar, stay in Milan. You are our real captain. So continued, and then I also heard them chanting when Skriniar was warming up that, c'è solo un capitano. There's only one captain. So our fan base is definitely showing Skriniar what they want him to do, what they hope to happen. So yeah, hope he read that and listens to that. And then there was another banner saying, minus 10 points from Napoli, believe until the end, or let's turn it around in the second half of the season. And yeah, lineup wise, that's what we expected and predicted, apart from Dumfries for Belanova. Anything else really? No, nothing else really to discuss, guys. But yeah, Inzaghi, the Coppa Italia coach, continues his track record. As I said, I would have preferred this year. I don't really mind. Last year I said I want to win the Coppa Italia because we haven't won the Coppa Italia in ages before last year. But this year, if we don't win it, I'm not too fussed. We need to focus on our top 4 mission in the league. See what we can make of that. If we can do a Fugazi title charge or not. But Champions League is the focus. We need to get past Porto for sure. That would be really, really good. The furthest we've got in the Champions League since 2010. That would be, and yeah, Super Cup, of course. I think this year actually the Super Cup just because it's against Milan and we lost the first derby, I would give it quite a lot of importance. I don't usually, or even last year it was against Juve, so it was important. But yeah, I'm really not too bothered about the Coppa Italia this year. I'm not fussed if we get out of the next round, or even if we got out today, I wouldn't be too bothered today. But yeah, not a great performance, very hard to watch. It is definitely one of the worst performances Ian Kerr under Inzaghi, but I wouldn't look too much into it. As I said, guys, if we play like this against Hellas Verona, then let's have that conversation. But yeah, sorry for the short match reaction. These guys just longed it out. I need to go to sleep, but thank you everyone that tuned in. 76 people, please leave a thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you everyone for watching. Next round of Coppa Italia, I think we have, I forgot who we have. Is it the Atalanta bracket we're in? Oh, I can't remember. We'll look into that when we get who we get. And yeah, keep a lookout for the Hellas Verona preview. Ciao ragazzi, forza Inter.